What's up, you data friends? It's Yanis here and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to go over how you can use Python and Binance API in order to pull in some data in your local environment, run multiple regressions in order to analyze the trends, and then also categorize those trends into positive, negative, or flat trends. First, we are going to go over how you can create all the functions needed in Python in order to achieve what we have just described. And then we are going to build this Streamlit app from scratch, where you get to select the interval, the lookback time in terms of days, and then the symbol to visualize the scatterplot you see over here. And then if we click run regressions, this is going to call the Binance API in order to pull data for all these symbols you see over here, run regressions per symbol, and then return the trend coefficient, which is basically telling us if it's a positive, negative, or flat, create this category, and also return the R-square, which is the accuracy of our model. Additionally, we are creating this scatter plot over here so we can actually visualize the trend. So as you can see, we have identified that FTM has the highest R-square, so it's actually the best model, and it also has a negative trend. As you can see, it's going down. Right, and before we start this video, let me just say that if you're passionate about data analytics and data science, then please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and enable notifications for my future videos. Right, starting with the first thing we have is the libraries. So make sure you have all these libraries installed on your PC. If you're missing the Binance one, so the Binance client, then please type in pip install and then python-binance, run that, and then restart your kernel in order to make the library work. Then you will need to specify your API key and API secret. So you're going to have to go over into your Binance account, click on profile, and then under profile account, you're going to have the API management. You're going to have to create a new API, and that is going to give you an API key and secret where you can copy it and paste it over here. It's actually free to create an API. So after you create it, paste it over here and then run this command, client equals client, and then pass the key and the secret in order to initialize the Binance client. Next, we are going to create our first function, which is the function that pulls in data. So we are going to name the function as get Binance data, and we're going to take as inputs the symbol, the interval, and the lookback. Then I'm going to create this end time, which is basically the current time right now. And then I'm going to create the start time, which is basically the difference from the end time and the time delta, so the difference of the number of days we are going to pass in the lookback over here. And this is so we can have these lookback days over here and actually have a range. Next, we are going to use the get historical k-lines function provided by the client, so by Binance. And this function takes as inputs the symbol, the interval, and also the start time, which we are going to provide over here in terms of lookback days. And then it returns an object that has all of these columns over here with the data. So we are going to take this object, the k-lines, and we are going to convert it into a data frame. And we are also going to give the column names over here. Then we are going to convert the open time into a datetime, and we are also going to convert close price into float. And then on the return, we only want to get the open time and then the close as our data. Next, over here, I'm just testing our function. So let me run it and let's test it. So I am passing all of these crypto pairs. However, to test the function, I'm only going to pass this pair, but later on when we do the Streamlit app, we are going to use a lot of pairs, not just this one pair. But in our case, we're just testing the function. So we are passing pair, which is pair, interval, which is interval, and then loopback, which is 3. Run it, and we can see we get data back. Next, we are going to create our function for the regression analysis and also to categorize our trends into positive, negative, or flat. So first, I create this function called categorize_trends, and this function is going to take as inputs the crypto pairs. So for example, these crypto pairs over here, then is going to take the interval and the look back time. So the interval is going to be this one, and the look back time is going to be this one over here. Next, I'm initializing these results empty object, and then I am saying for pair in crypto pairs. So we are going to loop through a lot of different pairs. This is why we have a for loop. Then I want to run the get Binance data function. So this function per pair, return the data and store it into this df over here. Then I'm creating this column called time_index, and I'm passing the range of the length of our data frame. So a number between 0 and the length. So if I visualize it quickly for you, this time index, you can see that it creates this 0, 1, 2, 3 all the way to the length, which is the number of rows we have, 287 in our case. And the reason we do this is so we have two numbers, and then we can create our regression and then basically have our results. So next I'm adding a constant, and then my y is going to be the close, and then I'm running this model, this sm.ols, which is basically a regression model. So let me run it for you to see it. It's an ordinal least squares model, which is a linear regression model. It's trying to minimize the residuals, which is the error, and find the line of best fit. Right, next I am storing the parameters into trend over here, and I am saying that if the trend is more than 0.001, then the category is positive. Else, if the trend is less than minus 0.001, is a negative trend. Otherwise, it's just flat. Then I am storing my results. So basically, symbol is going to be the pair, the trend coefficient is going to be the trend, which is actually, let me run it so you can visualize it. There we go. So this trend coefficient over here is the trend, which we also have over here. I should have used this one. Then the category is going to be the category over here, which we have just calculated. And then the R square is going to be our accuracy over here. Except, and then if I get an error, it's going to print all of these things you see over here. And then what we return is the data frame, which is basically this data frame you see. So I am just running our function. I am passing our pairs, interval, loopback time, and then printing the results. And this is our end data frame over here. All right, let me remove this. The next thing we have to do is to create and visualize our plot. To do this, I'm just gonna add this code over here so I can actually plot and visualize plots in Jupyter Notebook. I am gonna say my symbol to work with for now is going to be Aave. I am going to run the get Binance data function we have created above, and I'm going to store it in data. Then I am going to rerun our ordinary least square model, and then I am going to make predictions on our existing data. And the reason I'm making the prediction is so we can visualize this line you see over here. Oh, actually, okay, so it actually used the symbol to visualize. Why did it visualize everything? Let me run it. It went through everything. Oh, there we go, just one. Okay, I must have had some other code down there. That's why I had multiple plots. But for this code, we only need one plot, as you can see. What else do I do? So I am setting the figure size, I am creating a scatter plot. This is my X, this is my Y, this is the labels, and then I'm also plotting the open time and the regression and then a red color. So this is actually my regression line. So this plt.plot is this line you see over here. Then I am adding X label, Y label, title, legends, and then show. So if we run it again, you can see this is Aves crypto scatter plot with the regression line plotted. Right, and the last thing we have to do now is that we have to put all these functions and code together in one cell and create our Streamlit app, which is what we're going to do over here. However, I'm going to leave that for the next video. I'm going to keep the Python code for this video and then the Streamlit app, which is still Python code, but it's the app, in the next video. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've gained enough value out of this. If you feel like you did, I would really appreciate it if you click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and enable notifications for my future videos. If you have any questions or any ideas, then please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next video.